let's take a ride around the City Campground on the e-bike and see some of the trails.
City Campground in the Happy Jack Recreation Area. Not really sure what national forest this is, or if it even is one. We're a little bit east of Laramie, Wyoming. Pulled in here last night around 6 to get out of the heat. We wanted to get up into the higher elevation and into the woods, find a campground. And we were looking at going south, but we pulled in here, exit 232, I think, where the Lincoln Memorial is. Not the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., but the one in Wyoming. You'll know it when you see it. Driving down Interstate 80, it's right there. And there's a nice rest stop right there. Stopped and checked out the Lincoln Memorial, and then drove out here to the campground, and it's really nice, really pretty, very quiet at night, even though Interstate 80 is right there. At night it gets very quiet and very peaceful out here. Had a nice evening, made a fire, had dinner, hung out, cooked some s'mores, had a good time. It is a little buggy here. The spot we're in, down on the far end, number 14, didn't seem to have too many bugs when we pulled in, but when the sun set and evening came in, the mosquitoes showed up in force. But we put on some bug spray and tolerated it for the most part and had a really nice evening. So tonight we are not sure where we're going to stay. We are thinking we're probably going to boondock out in Green River, but depends on how long we stick around in the area and where we go during the day today. We're going to drive on into Laramie and check that out, see what Laramie has to offer. Cheyenne yesterday was kind of a bust. There wasn't too much there to look at. We did go to a bookstore and an interesting museum, but we'll check out Laramie. And if we end up spending a good part of the day there, then we'll just make our way to Green River. If there's nothing really there to see, maybe we'll go to Dinosaur National Monument. We're not sure, that's pretty far out of the way. But we'll see what happens.
Well, what happens is none of what I just said, but we'll get to that at the end of the video. But before we headed down the road, we stopped back at the Lincoln Memorial to leave a Go Exploring sticker on the light post, so look out for that if you're ever there. Then we headed into the cute little town of Laramie.
Look at these little bike block things. It's a train.
It's all different styles of fish, or like different art styles.
Yeah, fish drawn in painted in different ways. Look,
People did it.
that one has it's like elk and stuff.
There were murals other than fish too, like these prairie dogs. And this door with a guitar on it.
That's cool. Yep. It's very hip. Wyoming artist.
Those places are cute.
Something on there? Gallery West. Maybe.
Oh, I see one.
Yeah. Let's go in.
Bookstore?
We want to go in this art gallery. Oh, yeah.
There were so many cute stores of all kinds, including a gaming store. Laramie is indeed a very hip little town, and I would say probably the most liberal in Wyoming. So we left a Go Exploring sticker there too before heading out of town.
Now J5729 is in Wyoming.
You know, it's interesting how any small decision or happenstance, like arriving at a light at just a certain moment, or making a wrong turn down a closed road, or the combination of just a couple of things like that, can lead to a moment in time where everything comes together in the worst kind of way. So when we hit the road out of Laramie headed home on Highway 80, the butterfly effect from some single moment or all of our previous moves and decisions put us in that very wrong place at the very wrong time. Now, I will tell you that everyone was okay, but to find out what happened, you will have to subscribe and hit the... No, I'm just kidding.
So that's a thing that happened. We were merging onto the freeway in that construction zone, and the on-ramp pushed you right into the fast lane where there were about 1 million 18-wheelers rushing through at 80 miles an hour. Wouldn't give us an inch of room, so I had to swerve into the barriers of the construction zone and go into the closed lane. Barreled through a barrier and a sign and plowed through all that stuff. Everything in the motorhome went flying. We had drawers flying open and cabinets flying open with stuff flying out all over the place. But thankfully, the damage wasn't too bad. Got some cracked fiberglass, busted a couple of trim pieces, cracked the windshield, but I did lose a headlight. I didn't lose it, I still have it, but the headlights over here on the driver's side got smashed in and broken. I managed to get the daytime running light and the high beam sort of back in place. It's just kind of jammed in there. Couldn't quite make it to the Green River and the Wild Horse Canyon dispersed camping area. By the time we'd have gotten there, it had been too dark, and I wasn't real comfortable driving up in that canyon on a old dirt road without all my headlights. So we made an unscheduled stop at the Walmart here in Rock Springs, which actually ended up being a pretty nice little night. Not too bad, a little grassy area down here. We're out at the far end. Doesn't look like there's any damage to the wheels or the suspension, the tires, but a little exciting and very unscheduled. We're gonna have to do some repairs on the motorhome probably when we get home. Thankfully, we're only 3 days from the end of our trip. We got a couple of days where we'll be sitting still in Salt Lake City, and I can maybe take a look and see if we can do a little bit more repair and keep a close eye on how everything drives. So far the RV seems to be driving fine. Like I said, that front tire doesn't seem to be any worse for wear. But we did have to make a couple of extra stops on the way, just check things out and make sure that we weren't losing pieces and parts and nothing was broken. But little duct tape to hold some things together until we get home.
So it turned out to be not so bad, but it did kind of sour the end of our trip. We did make it to Salt Lake City and then home, but that will be in our last video. So now, make sure to give the video a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to see the end of our 2022 RV trip. And thanks for watching.